let's get into exactly what you need right now if you're going to keep up with what's going on in the markets. Of course, the crypto markets, you got a president in the United States of America who was fully bullish on this new innovative technology. And you may be still concerned, wondering whether it's reasonable to jump in. Look, as you can see it be defined, we're talking about DeFi. Okay, today we're going to talk about tokens, cryptos that are made in the USA and what that means for you. And of course, we're going to talk about real world assets because right now this is critical. Guys, of course, subscribe to the channel. You know the situation. Like the video, share it with a friend. Check out whatever's going on with Blends Group. Check out the channels, everything. But let's dive in. So initially, World Liberty Financial was launched. The token sale was going on for 0.015 cents per token, and now the price is actually 0.05. So it's a few hundred% higher than what it was initially, but the sale is still going. Now, if you are a US investor, unfortunately, you will have to be an accredited investor. But for other people living outside of the US in the jurisdictions that are eligible, you can simply purchase as you will. And the methods of payment are simple. You can use ETH, you can use USDC, you can use USDT or wrapped ETH. Of course, make sure you leave some in your wallet to ensure that you have enough to pay gas fees. So my point is, if you have, let's just say 47 ETH in your wallet, you cannot buy 47 ETH worth. Perhaps you can buy 46.99, for example. You'll need a little bit extra to pay fees, but this will bring you super, super early. And the reason why I think this is super bullish and why this is so big is because if you take a look at the other decentralized financial applications, specifically on Ethereum, which is the top blockchain for this particular class of token or coins, tokens in this case, you have things like Lido, you have Aave, which, by the way, World Liberty Financial has some ties directly to what Aave is, essentially some type of fork of Aave. So I'll keep it simple. Something to do with lending, perhaps something to do with borrowing. Perhaps you can stake and you can do different things on this protocol. But it's very interesting to see what these very, very top DeFi protocols can actually, the type of value they can accrue, and essentially how much value is locked in the protocols. So if I can look at something like Aave, and it's got a TVL, as you see, it's growing and growing, but the fees and the revenue, 1.35 million in revenue, the volume 49,000. Where is it? Here we go. 49,000 in revenue in the past 24 hours. Total value locked is 19 billion. If we can see Aave reaching 19 billion, my thought is that something that's launched by the family themselves, the Trump family that is likely going to see similar numbers. And we're not going to dive into exactly what type of price prediction I have here, but my thought is if something like Aave is valued around, let's say $5 billion, okay? I imagine that the Trump token can definitely go to $5 billion, maybe less, maybe more. And if you think about it, it's super early. And when this thing actually launches, based on the amount of tokens that were sold, some of them were sold at a lower price, some of them were sold at a higher price. This thing is valued likely around $1 billion, maybe even less. So this thing has potentially 5x, 700%, 1,000%, gains in it when the token does launch. Now, the token is not transferable when you first receive it. I need to let you know that. So there is a centralized element to it, but we'll leave it there. It is a token sale, and perhaps it is for the safety of its customers. So this is really big to me, to look at these statistics and see some of the highest platforms and see what type of value they accrue and see what type of mind share they command and the value that they get locked in them. And I have a feeling that the Trump token is essentially going to, see those types of numbers. Now, when I say the Trump token, I'm not speaking about the official Trump, which you see right here. If you want to see, that's the token contract address right there. Just be super careful. But this thing went to 70 some odd $billion within 24 hours or 48 hours. And then roughly maybe 48 hours later, they released the official Melania, his wife Melania token as well. So there's something to be said about this. Now, it washed a lot of liquidity out of the market, but that's simply because the market is really, really low liquidity. And because of that low liquidity, that's why we're able to see the types of multiples that we are seeing and that we continue to see and will likely see further into the future as financial industries essentially move towards a blockchain. But I want to show you exactly why we understand these tokens are going to be powerful and where other tokens are that can be found that might give you an edge. Now, this, of course, is the World Liberty Financial Wallet, and you can see a lot of information here. You can see some of their recent acquisitions. You can see the value of what they have. You can see even the newest AI tokens that they have. Like, why do they have this token? You can see some of the values, and of course, people can send this wallet address anything they want. So I would ignore a lot of these that are less than 20 $300,000 or $400,000 worth of tokens, but a lot of these are in the millions and they're accumulating more. You can see every single transaction. So definitely use this tool, guys. I'm giving you guys this. Use this tool. If anything, join us in the Discord. Why not? Because if you join us in the Discord, you're going to get a lot of this information much earlier anyway. You can follow me on X, of course, but definitely just join the Discord and get yourself verified. Be sure to get yourself verified. If you're not familiar with how to do it, just simply ask the question, right? Leave a comment. So I would look at this and understand exactly what they're holding, and maybe by chain, depends on what you're into, but a lot of the stuff is concentrated in Ethereum, and that's because Ethereum is the DeFi chain of all DeFi chains at this current time. So I wouldn't sleep on that. Let's go into what they're holding now. I want to get into this very super briefly. They're holding this AI token, and I noticed this not too long ago. They started accumulating this a little while ago, and there's another AI token which I dropped in the Discord. You guys can check that out for yourselves in the research channel. Again, be sure to get verified. But this is something that the Trump family is accumulating. Why? Ask yourself why. Look at the liquidity. It's not very liquid. This is where you see multiples. 2% depth, we're talking about $98, $2,000. This will push the price up. So this is how you see multiples in a low liquidity environment with a good catalyst or some type of good narrative. This one is likely going to explode. Again, obviously, as we always say, it's not financial advice, guys. Do your own research and see what works best for you. But this is something that's got AI and NFTs. I mean, come on. This is a perfect fit for everything that we're talking about right now with AI and, of course, gaming and things of that nature. NFTs could be used for so much. Maybe this will be a useful tool to help you create a collection and so much more. So I'll leave it there, right? But let's dive in just a little bit deeper, okay, and look at some of the DeFi tokens. Again, I just want to look at some of them by market cap. This is not the metric that I would use to determine almost anything in terms of investing or when to buy or sell. In some cases, yes, but in a lot of cases, what we're looking for is the liquidity levels. Lower liquidity is going to help you get more multiples, and these are not valued crazily in any particular way. So when I think of the Trump stuff, I think to myself, man, there's a lot of upside potential for this super early as well. And of course, you want to check out the Made in the USA stuff because this is the narrative. We're talking about zero capital gains taxes for Made in the USA tokens and projects. So why not consider this? You ask yourself, why is XRP ripping? You ask yourself, why is Cardano actually doing moves? You ask yourself, why is Stellar doing moves? Okay, Chainlink's doing moves. Hedera Hashgraph doing crazy moves as well. All of these in the very near future, likely Ondo as well. Algorand was stifled for so long after being kind of celebrated and even taught about by the previous chairman, So let's dive in a little bit deeper. Again, I would definitely recommend you find what top USA tokens there are for yourself and see if there's anything you're interested in. Now, let's also quickly go over to the real world assets. Obviously, a lot of people were calling it RWAs. And of course, Chainlink is number one. It's that oracle that brings all the chains together, a lot of chains together, and allows for the seamless transmission of data, accurate, up-to-date data. So in a decentralized way. And I'm sure there are other oracles that offer services that are potentially better, less centralized than this and that. But ultimately, that's what that's about. Of course, you have Ondo. And again, I'm going to skip some of these because they're actually blockchains. But if you just look at something like reserve rights, we talked about this on the channel probably 3 years ago. So this thing is still kicking, still alive. And again, it's RWA. There are new classifications, these new categories that a lot of these tokens that kind of were in the middle of nowhere, they actually have a new home and a new title, a new category, like I said. So keep that in mind. A lot of people talk about Clearpool and all of these different things. There are so many tokens in this list, and it's so easy to find what you're looking for. Because not to mention, the administration currently is making it so easy and so friendly for cryptos and investing in this sector, right? Because it's really, a lot of these are collectibles, whether they're meme coins or NFTs or ordinals, Bitcoin ordinals. You guys know all about it. Whether it's Caspa, KRC20s, and guys, we're into so much. Again, join the Discord to get more information, but they're making it super, super simple for people to get in. And they're actually celebrating and giving back and kind of showing that some of the previous actions that were taken towards individuals in the community perhaps were wrong. And this is lighting a fire under the industry. And a lot of people are actually selling their silver and gold for these assets. So guys, follow me over here. Check me out, right, of course, on X. As usual, I'll post there, but I'm definitely posting in the Discord a lot. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Of course, as always, take it easy and let's win together.